No, this is Rebbel. He's He's 3.5 years old now. When we finished training, he was a little under 2. I'm sorry, a little under 1.5 years. And he's 3 now. Quit. Off. So he's still a little puppy. Got a little puppy in him. He's trained for tracking, criminal apprehension, narcotics. He's certified on 5 odors of narcotics. He can do it all area searches. He's what we call a multipurpose canine. In the last 2 years that we've been on the road, he's more than paid for himself, in my opinion, with the narcotics we've got off the streets, the criminals that we put in jail just because they hid from us, and he's found 2 people on tracks. As you can see, he just wants to play. To me, it's the best asset a department can have because of he can do everything. If we need him, I'm a retired military guy, so I'm going to use he's what we call a force multiplier. He can do the job of 3 or 4 guys in half the time that 3 or 4 guys can do it. So he's a huge any canine's a huge asset to the department, and we have 2 right now. So we can only do so much. If we had one that's available at all times, would be fantastic, and it would help the county out immensely. Just knowing there's one. Quit. Hey, off. As you can see, he gets a little anxious around a large group of people. He doesn't. Not that he's. Obviously, you can see he's not aggressive. He's just anxious. Y'all have any questions?
That's great. No, other departments could call upon you guys to utilize the dog, not only just
Yes.
any department.
Yes, sir.
How about multi-county? You ever?
Well, right now I don't know if the sheriff put out, but I'm the MHIT unit.
Yeah.
We are deputized. I'm deputized statewide by the state police. I can go anywhere in the state and work. And with our unit, we have been in Morgantown, we've been to Fairmont, we've been to Taylor County, we've been to Lewis County once. So we go all over the area. I mean, we're not restricted.
Part of that, HIDA pays their overtime, in case that was your next question.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Very
Robert.
little local tax dollars go into that part.
The other question I would have you been asked to testify in any of the cases yet? And if you have, has the defense attorney requested a show and tell or demonstration as to how the dog actually affected the rest?
No, sir. The only time we've testified so far, it was in federal court one time, and the only question they had was, if you're aware of the Supreme Court ruled, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago, about prolonging a traffic stop. They asked about how long it took me to get on scene.
Oh, okay.
And other than that, no, that's the only time anything was a
I
question.
just wonder, Robert, if that'll ever come up in a court hearing.
I'm sure it will, and that's part of their training and their recertification.
Yeah.
And,
Good.
Deputy Harris and Filou are here as well whenever.
Okay. Any other questions?
You wait till you judge it. It's usually 8, 9 years, but it depends on his health. Anything come into effect when they're getting in and out of cars. It's hard on their shoulders. It's harder on their hips. So I try to, when I get him out of a car, I don't let him jump out. I'll grab him by this, and when he comes down, I'll try to help him down to where it eases it a little bit. Not a whole lot, except in an emergency, but I just push him. I can push this button if I'm in trouble. Push the button, the door will open automatically. And if I'm in trouble, he's going to come out and protect me.
Does he live with you?
What's that?
Does he live with you?
Yes, sir. He stays with me. I have a German Shepherd at home also, and they're like mom and dad because she's 10. So mom and son rather, but they're fantastic together. Like I was telling you earlier, it's a force multiplier. He's the best partner that an officer can have. I mean, he really is. Even not necessarily me either. It's any of the deputies. We go on scene. I mean, we had a guy one time that was bound and determined to fight us. As soon as I got him out of the car, he gave up and he told us, he goes, the only reason I didn't fight you is because you had the dog. The only reason I didn't fight you, because I fought the troopers last week, but I wasn't fighting you with the dog. I mean, that's exactly what he said. So, like I say, it's a tremendous asset. Just pull him out. I mean, we've had people, you put a taser on them, they're like, what's that? You bring a dog out, they don't want no part of it.
They've been in service now for, what, about 3 weeks?
Yeah, just about a month, sir.
About a month, and they're out working the roads. For right now, this K9 team is on a regular patrol shift. They rotate with the shift, so they may be taking just their calls in rotation, but it's always great to have the K9 out. Hopefully, in years to come, we'll have one on each patrol shift, and this is the first dog that we have out on the patrol shift with Deputy Harris.
He's about 2. He'll be 2 next week, actually.
2.
February 13th.
Yeah.
Still a puppy. Still hasn't broke all of his puppy habits either. He likes to chew.
And Robert, where are we getting the dogs from?
The deputy will have to tell you that. The only thing I know is when we had a couple local citizens come forth and make sizable contributions towards the purchase of this unit, and I said we want it the same place that we got Rebbel from, because of the feedback that we get back, from the officers on Rebbel. So, Brian, if you want to, explain where you went, where you got your training.
So we went to the same place that Rebbel went, down in Charlottesville, Virginia. We use a trainer named Armin Winkler. He's supposed to be one of the best in the world. He trains various types of canines, typically multipurpose, which is apprehension and either narcotics or explosive detection. He's trained with us, obviously, multiple police agencies, the FBI's hostage rescue team. He trains their canines. He's trained with Rangers, SEALs, various high-end organizations that require very, very capable canines. So that's my understanding of why we selected him.
Robert, years ago when Clarksburg had a K9 unit, didn't you guys get it from England?
I'm not real sure at that point. I was still, patrol and didn't have a lot to do with it. But what I've learned about the K9, sometimes you can order them already trained, and they come and have a little 2 or 3 week introduction with the trainer, and then they go out and work. My understanding is when these dogs are brought over, that they train with the trainer, and I think that's why we're so successful with our 2 K9 team. You pay more for it, but you get what you pay for.
Yeah.